Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about the difference between ESTPs and ISTPs. So ESTPs lead with extrovert sensing followed by introvert thinking, whereas ISTPs lead with introvert thinking followed by extrovert sensing. I see the dominant function as having about 80% of the conscious, of taking up about 80% of the conscious space of a personality type, whereas the secondary function is about 15%. So in an ESTP, extrovert sensing is the dominant function, making them one of the most in the moment, if not the most in the moment, present focused type, focused on the actions and maximizing the sensory experience in their lives. Followed by introvert thinking, ESTPs generally use detached logic in day-to-day life to make decisions. Their decision-making processes are generally pretty simple, as introvert thinking looks for the efficient way of doing things. So extrovert sensing dominant types are generally very action-oriented, being extroverts and being sensors. Extroverted intuitive types are generally less active, depending on the P or J preference. However, ESTPs, because they lead with dominant extrovert sensing, are very focused on the action in the present moment. Also, they have tertiary extrovert feeling, which gives them a more grounding in social situations, a stronger desire for social connection. On the other hand, ISTPs have dominant introvert thinking. This is why ISTPs can generally be seen in mechanical roles, interested in pulling things apart and understanding them, as this is the role of introvert thinking. ISTPs are driven to understand physical things because of extrovert sensing. They are down-to-earth types who want to understand car engines and the like. Their tertiary introverted intuition gives them that small edge of nerdiness, inner INTJ, where they have that sort of, it gives them that blunt edge with their personality type. ISTPs can be harsher people because of their suppressed extrovert feeling and can be seen as generally a bit more smarter than the ESTP in some ways, in terms of logic and understanding mechanical systems. So ESTPs are generally more people-oriented, more likely to be found in people-oriented roles, whereas ISTPs are happy to be in a shed doing a job that is probably seen as their hobby. ESTPs suppress introverted intuition as their inferior function, so have less interest in theory and are probably more likely just to get straight into a job, whereas an ISTP is likely to have more patience in learning the theory behind how things work and then do the hands-on work. However, ISTPs still have a strong preference towards hands-on work. They can make very good engineers, whereas ESTPs are unlikely to have the patience to learn something such as engineering. So both types are mechanically minded with strong introverted thinking and extrovert sensing. Having those two functions in the first two of the cognitive stack makes these types naturally mechanically minded. Both types are sensing types, SP artisans, so they're sort of the crafty types. I find it's easier to talk more in depth about intuitive types. However, ESTPs are some of the best types socially. They're the best at understanding people's motives and learning how to get others to work in their favour. ISTPs are generally the best at fixing physical things. They're probably the most practical type. So the main difference is that ESTPs are more always on the go, whereas ISTPs are more careful about their actions and expend their energy when they feel it's necessary whereas ESTPs are always happy to be doing something. ISTPs are more likely to get into video games, whereas ESTPs are into the nightclubs. Both types are very similar, but there's definitely the differences. So thank you for watching, and I hope you've gained something from this video. Cheers.